Alright my friends, my name is Jack Billings and I'm the CEO and founder of Shed Knives, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my full 2024 G10 lineup. I'm going to tell you guys why I picked those materials. Also going to show you the materials that I did not pick and why I chose not to use them. But first off, if you've been watching for a while now, you know I always love to start off with a question. Today's question is, what are you carrying? For me, I have an OTF, very nice, so out the front. This one though is very interesting because this is kind of like a no-name knife. There's an exact name for this type of product, but basically you can go to this company, whatever company it is, and you can have them put your logo on it. Now this is a USA made knife right here, a USA made OTF, and it says Armed Force Tactical. I know this knife did not come from that brand, but yeah, anyways, pretty interesting. Just kind of shows a different part of the knife industry. OTFs are cool. Now if you're in Delaware, you cannot carry these like out in public, so that's why I'm carrying this one today, because I really wasn't going anywhere. Pretty cool. Let me know what you're carrying in the comments so we can continue the conversation below. I also have my Ontario Model 1 as well. This was a recent pickup. I got this one at Blade Show Atlanta, which Blade Show I think finished up yesterday, so figured I'd break this one out today. Alright, let's get into the video. I want to start off by going over the materials that I am going to pick, because I have so many materials that I chose not to use that it would just take up too much time saying not. So I thought, let me just show you guys what I have, what I'll be using. Half of the material has already arrived. The other half is still in the mail truck, or at least about to be in the mail truck. So let me show you guys what we have. I'm gonna go in lightest color, so brightest color, then all the way to darkest. So first off, I have this Day Glow G10 and Midnight Black G10. Please note, everything I'm showing off right now for what I'm going to use is G10. So I'm going to stop saying G10 until I move on to the other materials. So anyways, Day Glow, Midnight Black, this will be a layered material. If you're not sure what layered materials look like, basically it looks like this right here. So you can see the different layers there. So we have the Day Glow and Midnight Black. Then after that, I'll have the orange and black. So that will be layered. Again, look pretty much like this. So that's the second color. Then I have blue. This is no specific type of blue, just kind of a darker blue, I guess. Just not navy blue, but just standard blue, ocean blue, Atlantic blue, whatever it is. I'll probably call this Atlantic blue because I had a color for my 550 cord called Atlantic blue, and they were very, very similar. So this does look a little brighter in person than on camera. But anyways, have that and the black, and this will be a burl, which the burl will look pretty much like that. Just instead of the orange, it will have the blue. So very cool. I like that one. So you've already seen this one. I'm going to have the layered Coyote Tan and Midnight Black. And all these colors will be about 1/4 inch thick coming to me, so 0.250 inches showing up. So very cool there. This is one of my personal favorites. I just like the feel of it. I like the style. Just one of my personal favorites. So there's that one. Then next, this one is very interesting. So this, I have to read you the colors because there's more than two. There's Burl, so Burl G10, obviously, and then OD Green, Black, and Tan, which is pretty cool. So it has this nice mix to it. So that's a burl. So I have that burled. That's my, what is this, 5th color. So very nice. Last but not least, I have the white and black burl as well. So very cool. I like this one a lot too. This is going to look really good on like the skewer. So, or the US Tonto, it'll look great there. But let's chat on why I chose those materials and those colors specifically. Last one though, before I get into that, I have my ivory G-10 liner. So this will be a liner on all the knives. I don't believe I have any knives with liners laying around, but yeah, liner. So there we go. Alright, since I have the liner in my hand, let me tell you why I use the, what is this? The ivory. There's so many colors, it's kind of in one ear out the other. But anyways, the ivory, why I'm using the ivory for the liner. It's because when I first started making knives, I made them in a shed. There we go, shed knives. And my shed is painted in ivory paint. So I thought it would be cool to keep that connection, because I'm going more into CNC knives. I'm going into more modern production style knives. So I figured, let me keep that connection to where I started, which was in the shed, by bringing that ivory in. Also, ivory is very close to white. It's like an off-white, and white and black, both, they go with everything. So it even goes with this white and black burl. It goes with the blue and black. It goes with everything. So very cool. I'm going to have this as a separate material. So if someone wants to take it off, they can. If they want to change the liner for a different color, fine, they can. But just something to throw out there. So very cool. I like this one. Also, why G10? Personally, G10 is the best material on the market. I've never been aware, I've never found another material that's as good or really competes with G10. Now, maybe micarta does. Some people have said micarta. I don't know. It's too thick, I guess you could say. Like the canvas micarta especially, yes, it looks cool, but I don't know, just not it. So G10 is what I'm going with. It's a very stable material. It doesn't light on fire. At least the one I use does not light on fire. It does not melt. It is very hard to burn as well, so don't have to worry about that. Its material does not expand or contract. So wood is like crazy for weather elements. Oh my goodness, it expands, it contracts, it absorbs water, it doesn't. It's wild. G10 on the other hand is extremely stable, which if you are bringing your knife into the jungle, you're bringing it into the desert, you're bringing it on top of a mountain, you need a stable knife, and G10 gets that done. So there's that. Also, especially for how thick material I use, it's almost a 1/4 inch when it shows up. So when I grind everything down, like, that's a lot of material. It's very thick. So having a material that would not be stable, like wood, if I took an unstable material and it was that thick, oh my goodness, I would have some issues. And I have had some issues in the past with wood scale. So that's why I completely stopped using them. I just completely moved on from them. Now, let's get into the lighter colors. You'll notice, if you follow the 2023 models, I moved away from the Tiffany blue, which I should have in my box here. I might not have it though. Here we go. I moved away from Tiffany blue to, man, it looks very dark. It looks almost like it's black, but I moved to this blue. So I moved from Tiffany blue to the other blue. The reason for that is just because the Tiffany blue, it gets dirty easily. Now, if you're not gonna be using your Tiffany blue knife in mud or like really dirty environments, then you don't have to worry about it. But this blue kind of hides the dirt a little bit better, and when you clean it, you don't have to be as, I guess, careful. Where the Tiffany blue, it's one of the hardest colors for me to keep clean during production once I take that top layer off. So that's part of the reason why I moved to this blue. Also, the lighter blue, not a ton of people were like completely compelled to as this blue. So when I gave this as an option, a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, I'd pick that. So that's why I'm going with this one. The orange, I call this skewer orange because this color is bought the most with the skewer knife. So skewer orange, had to keep this one around. I've been selling skewer orange since 2020 when I started using it in the 550 cord. Then the day glow, I mean, this is just a bright color. I think it speaks for itself. I really like this one. It looks really good on the black as well. And just a nice knife for hunters, people in the outdoors that if you drop your knife, you're going to want to find it. So there's that. Also, I wanted to get into more military tactical colors. So that's why I did the burl. It's also why I stuck with the coyote tan, the OD green, black. Everything's kind of black centered for the colors of the G10 because black, it just goes well with everything. I want a contrast. I moved away from solid colors, where here's some of my thicker material. I moved away from the solid colors really because just it could be better. That's what it was. It could be better. And if I can make something better, and all I have to do is just tell the lady I order through at the big company, which this is this is direct from the manufacturer. So this is literally the cheapest they make G10 because it's straight from the manufacturer. I buy it in bulk. But when I email her, all I have to do is just change the name. That's it. Can I get Day Glow or can I get layered Day Glow in black? That's all I have to do. So yeah, so if improving quality takes that much effort, believe me, I'll do that. So that kind of sums those up. Now let's touch on the colors I did not choose. Now, I'm mentioning these because I might use them later, but not yet. So that's why I'm talking about them today. Now, carbon fiber. I have quite a bit of carbon fiber right here. Kind of see it in the reflection. I like carbon fiber. I really do. It is a big material for cars. So I think it's really cool. I like carbon fiber, and also it's light. But the reason why I did not use this is because you need, number one, very sharp blades to cut this, and number two, carbon fiber likes to splinter pretty much. It likes to splinter, especially if you don't have a very sharp bit. So yeah, I did not need to risk that one when I'm having a CNC machine do it. Now, of course, I'll have sharp bits cutting my material, but I just did not want to risk that one. And also, just carbon fiber, there's so much just more pain and struggle and effort for practically the same thing. Now, yes, carbon fiber is not the same thing, but for scales, that's what I'm talking about. For knife scales, just so much extra effort. Now, I'll sample it. I'll try some. I'll buy a sheet or two and try it out as I move through the year. But this also would make a pretty cool liner. So I might do that as well. It's a few different colors. There's green and black. There's this white and black. Yeah, white and black. Orange and black. Ivory and black. Wow, and then tan. I can't tell a difference between these two. They look the exact same, but I guess they're different colors. So anyways, there's that. I chose to not go with that. Also, I was sent, these are kind of funky, which you may be able to tell right away why I didn't use them, but these are kind of like funky colors right here. I don't know, that doesn't really speak outdoors to me, so I did not use those. Now, sure, they may be cool for limited editions, but again, they didn't speak the outdoors. They didn't like pull me in for that one. So didn't use those. And then I have, I think, 2 or 3 more colors, and then that'll wrap it up. I was also sent quite a few like more dull burl colors. Like this one, for example. They look really nice. Just I was looking for contrast this year. You'll notice I want contrast. I want things to pop out. This does not really pop out. Now, if it was paired with like a Day Glow liner, like this, well, obviously that would pop out. But I figured this does not pop unless I do some crazy liner, but this is, again, one color. Now, would I do a special edition with this? Yes, I sure would. So that's why I'm mentioning it today. That's why I'm kind of setting it to the side. This is, for anyone wondering, this is white, light, dark. Those are our 3 colors of gray. There we go, that's what it says on the side. White, gray, light gray, dark gray. Or I'm just going to assume it's white. It's just white, light gray, dark gray. There we go. That took a lot just to read the color. So there we go. Have this one. And the last thing, the very, very last thing is this. Now, you might not be able to tell what this is, but basically it's my liner attached to the G10. And I've mentioned this before, but I know not everyone has heard it, so I'm going to say it again. Benchmade, there's a whole story to this. Benchmade was friends with an aftermarket material company. And basically, the people would make extra scales. We'll just use this Ontario. If this was a bug out, the aftermarket company would make extra scales in different colors and patterns and blends for Benchmade knives that a customer could order once they get their Benchmade knife. Now, the original Benchmade people were actually like super into this. They were friends with these people. They embraced the company, and it allowed people to customize their knives. Now, when Benchmade turned over their management to an outside group that came into the business, they did not think the same. So basically, this aftermarket business got sued, they got shut down, it was all sorts of stuff. So there was a whole legal mess that was attached to this aftermarket business, and it was simply because of aftermarket stuff. So I thought, well, that's not very attractive for Benchmade. How do I learn from this? And basically, make your stuff customizable. That's basically what it is. So I figured I could attach my Ivory G10 liner, or I could order it separately, so if someone wants to customize it later down the road, they can do that. Or if they just want to have a different set of scales, maybe they like the liner, they just want to put a different set of scales on, again, they can customize it down the road. So that's why I chose that. The cost was not very drastic at all, so it was a few penny difference for this mix right here, which is just fine. And yeah, so I think it'll be worth it. A lot of people will really enjoy this. But anyways, that kind of sums up the whole G10 situation. I have more G10 showing up. Like I said, the burl is showing up, and I'm excited to work with that. I really am. I've never worked with burl G10 before, so this will be a first, but I don't think it's that different than just like regular G10. The only difference is it's like melted differently or like constructed differently, but the general material, which is G10, has not changed. So fantastic. Let me know what you think. If you have any colors you like, I am gonna say it now. I know there is a guy watching. He watches all the Shed Knives videos. Okay, he designs knives too. He wants purple knives, purple G10. Now, I will give you a little inside information on this. I will be doing a custom purple G10 knife for him, which he's sending me purple G10 to work with. So that will be interesting because I've never worked with purple, I think anything. I've done a little purple 550 cord, but I think that's about it. So I'm going to do a video on that one. I'm going to show off that whole process because it's a custom piece. And I thought for 2024 having an option where people can send in their own material if there's a color I don't sell. Because buying this much G10 is expensive. And now it's not expensive per scale, that's why I buy so much. But if someone just wants like one color, well, that's going to be a very expensive scale. So if they can just send me the material, where they just pay like, I don't know, $10 to $20 for their material, then they just send it to me to put on the knife, and boom, I can do custom work that way. So I may do that. It's in the works. I might do it, I might not, so don't like get your hopes up if I decide not to. But I have a trial run with this purple G10, so figure that out, go from there. That brings me to the end of the video. Again, let me know what you guys are carrying today, so that way we can continue the conversation. I'm a big fan of this OTF. I like it. You can carry it in Atlanta, Georgia. Just wish you could carry it here in the state of Delaware, but that's okay. We can adjust that later on down the road. So anyways, have a great night, everybody. I wish you all the best. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you like knives, definitely head to shedknives.com where you can check out the last batch of 2023 models. No more 2023 stuff will be done, so the last batch is here. The last set of knives will be finalized here shortly. My goodness, so many knives are being mailed. I just boxed up like a ton of knives today. So fantastic. Those are headed to the mail Monday. And yeah, just more knives. Fantastic. Thank you all for your support. If you have not already, hit the subscribe if you like knife videos like this. Alright, so my name is Jack. I make knives, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.